One of the most interesting things that has happened since we came here to Washington, D.C. to cover the World AIDS Conference 2012 is we got an opportunity to see a movie called Endgame.
I was a heterosexual, all-American teenager. HIV and normal didn't go together, so I thought.
The minister put his hand on my head and started trying to cast the homosexual demon out of me.
How could you love me and keep such a secret from me?
We've been at this for 30 years. We need to be talking about Endgame.
Jesse Brooks is one of the activists we saw in the movie Endgame, which we got an opportunity to screen as soon as we got into Washington, D.C. Jesse, what has been your struggle over the last few years since you decided to come out and be an activist for HIV/AIDS and all that you stand for?
Actually, my struggle ended when I decided to do that because I cried inside, and once I gave myself a voice and I freed myself from all the stigma, from all the shame, and what I found out, it wasn't the external stigma that I had fear around. When I walked through the fear, I found out it was the internal stigma.
We also caught up with Dr. Carol Jacobs. She talked about the importance of Barbados being a part of a conference like this one.
I think it's important for a number of reasons. Let me start out by saying that I think it's really important from this perspective of the Caribbean Broadcast Media Partnership to have Caribbean journalists from around the region here doing stories, but also having a wide exposure, having the opportunity to network and just growing in terms of reporting on HIV and knowledge base.
Another representative is Live Up hero Cory Lane. He shared exactly what he plans to do with the information he's gathered here in Washington.
What I'm looking forward to is to taking out some of the key ideas, crystallizing them and putting them into action. And I think that is the major focus for me. And I'm hoping that a lot of people look at a conference such as this in Washington this week, where we can use the ideas to propel into positive action.
And this is the one place where we finally get to see people who are willing to share their stories of living with HIV/AIDS.
I remember a few years ago I was stabbed up. I was left on the street to die. Now I'm embraced. In Jamaica, I'm one of the many faces of HIV/AIDS in Jamaica, and so the Jamaican population has been very, very, very open with their support and love.
For the Caribbean Broadcast Media Partnership on HIV/AIDS, reporting from the 19th International AIDS Conference in Washington, D.C., I'm Teshia Hinds for CBC News.